human souls. So we're covered into story total poles because we're always searching for a certain goal. Pattern of physics arose, unfold. Don't believe all you're told, and open up your fists. A misconception, we can fight like this in prayers. The power of prayer. If God's on our side, we can take the stairs. What else? Oh fuck! I just remembered it. Shit. Music, save your mortal soul, and what else? Sweet song. And pictures have big ears. Don't stop to count the years. Sweet songs never last too long on broken radios. And the gold rolled through his veins like 1,000 railroad trains to ease his mind in the hour that he's told. While the kids ran around wearing other people's clothes. There's a hole in Daddy's arm. Not my daddy's. Where all the money goes. Jesus Christ died for nothing, I suppose. Little pictures have big ears. Don't stop to count the years. This one's really hard for me. I was floating above myself, watching me do just what they wanted. Poor little Stevie Lee, wondering why her whole house feels haunted. I told myself I was strong enough, that I had plenty of blood to give, and each elbow cradled a needle. But lifeless and faint ain't no way to live, so I hope I never see the ocean again, pushing and pulling at me as I go deeper and deeper in, till I'm so far from my shore, so far from what I came here for. I let you surround me, I let you drown me out with your dim. And then I learned how to swim. Me and Mr. Washington go forth with no real direction, dreaming of the day we drive our cars into the ocean. And though the people standing watching will wonder what to say and live confused about us till the day they do the same, and they will see while swimming that they are free. Do 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 do. So yeah, that giant thing in the ocean. Pretty sure that's what the fuck this is. But no, this is the most fucked up thing. So it like collects like pods, right? It is like a jellyfish, but the jellyfish. So yeah, again, the people that made fun of me for yes, I drank my own fucking urine. No, I didn't drink a lot. I just like a couple drops. That was when the jellyfish were around. That was last fall. Now this thing is part jellyfish. And if you guys had been feeding it my DNA, I become immune to everything. That's why I am the living Murphy from Z Nation. And if you haven't watched it, you should probably check it out, because my military isn't with me anymore. But they were taken off my path. They were taken from me last summer in July, when Chris picked me up from Acadia Hospital. The second time they got me out of Eastern Maine alive, after my rape. But they already had a white paper all signed for after the blue paper. The first blue paper, I got out. There was a man that I was in there with, that in Acadia with, because I got let out the next day. First person ever to be let out under 72 hours for a blue paper, because the cafeteria workers are not licensed medical professionals, and neither were these construction workers. Now, and the worst part is, again, this whole mind swapping thing and avatar systems. Like, a person really has that body. You know that, right? Like, there really is a person who either looks just like that person, has a double of that person, or is that person who's not allowed to be in their own body. Now, these people come around and they do these heinous things with these people's bodies. But you know what the worst part is? Is that it isn't the people that you guys are trying to make it be. Now, if it is, in fact, those 7 deadly serial killers or whatever, are so dangerous, why have they kept an eye on me my whole fucking life everywhere. Why the fuck are they everywhere? Them and their doubles. Because Stevie Lee couldn't handle it. 1989, February, I was born. And I couldn't handle it. But the worst part is that these other people are thinking that they're in charge. They need to take over. And when someone was told by a Haviland, a Podlasky and a Haviland, to take care of me, it was not a fucking mob hit style. It was to actually care for me and help me. So that's where the Italians fucked right up. Again, if you don't understand what the Peace for Boston stood for, it's because my children's fathers are actually all related by marriage or by blood. Because Chris's grandmother isn't supposed to be the older one of Nate's aunt from Ireland, who isn't supposed to also be her double, be married to one of John's uncles that's in Ireland. So yeah, basically. And it was supposed to be that all the families wouldn't want their own person that they cared about to be hurt. That's what I don't understand is, like, if Chris hurts my children, or if, like, Nate hurt, my, like the other children, how could your child not feel like you wouldn't do it to them if you'll do it to their sibling? How could you do that? How could the Havilands turn their back on Stevie Lee and Trevor and JJ? And the thing that you guys don't understand is, and this is really funny because, like, Nako and his lyrics pretty much explain everything in my life. Past, present, whatever, which you guys are rewriting the history, and it's fucking up the future. You guys aren't understanding, again, like, the realms, the dimensions, they're all here. They're just layered. Again, so they're just layered. Like, my uncles and my fathers, like, they'd have me look, and there would be houses there. Like, there's a fucking house right there. But it wasn't there when I get there. But always remember, they paved paradise and put up a parking lot. There is a reason why we have a system. There's a reason why we have laws. There's a reason why we have, like, certifications. There's a reason why for everything. But the thing is that these such dangerous people, they had reasoning, is what you guys aren't understanding. And then these other people think that they can just be these people. And they're just killing because they can't. When the main CDC knows exactly what the fuck this is, each time they do a different round of whatever it is, because hour after hour, waterfall is water. Like, water in a river, from each hour, you don't know what that water will deliver. What, like, again, Ani. I need my fucking boots, by the way. Yeah, you don't know what, but I do. I do. Because I've lived it. So basically, if you guys still are trying to say that the Penobscots are not important, and why the fuck is Kirk taking credit for everything that my Uncle Jim Sapir did, the greatest chief, who also, again, said in that hospital after JJ's birth, when he gave me a St. Christopher and a whole bunch of other stuff, that that my children, that migraines are all miracles because of my grandmother. Sapios were royalty. And yes, we are Sapios. Maiden name. Like, this is how stupid you guys are. Like, just because my last name isn't Sapiel doesn't mean I'm not a fucking Sapiel. Just because my last name isn't Cologne doesn't mean I'm not a fucking Cologne. Now because then what about the Jameson side? So my mother's in a Jameson because her father was a Cologne? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? And always remember, Day different, I don't know, but different parents, different, but they all grew up the same. My brothers aren't really my brothers, and yeah, we could be kind of like a gang. But to call us crazy is going against everything that this world has said. Because the globally renounced psychologist, Dr. Spang of Hamden, Maine, which his wife would be disgusted that house is pink and that I am not there. And again, why is Sayer's dad like that man knows how to fucking reuse stuff. Like, yeah, he made a fucking kayak, like a canoe, out of freaking old siding. Like, that man's fucking genius, like brilliant. Which, by the way, hey, the Timiso Spangs. So pretty much I was one of the only people that actually went and hung out with Dr. Spang. Like, His wife loved me. It was always my candy. Always my favorite candy in the dish. My brothers cannot. And I think Adrian, aka Ashley, and Bree or whatever, they can vouch for that too, as well as Eliza. It was always Stevie's favorite candy in the dish, every day, every time that we went through. But yeah, nobody else went and sat with him. Was Sayer released? Because he wasn't a nonviolent criminal. He was a nonviolent criminal. He was protecting me, and this is my country. If it took somebody over 30 years to follow the Penobscot River, how long does it take to hike the Appalachian? How big do you think my fucking river is? And Penobscot, I don't know why the fuck you guys are rewriting everything, but it means the river people. I am Passamaquoddy as well, but I've always gone by Penobscot. I have been shunned by my people. I have been put down by my people. And it is not supposed to be because Kirk has fucking Tanya saying that we are all mentally incompetent and claiming money. So back to the whole Haviland story. The Naco song, like, Uncle Ronnie taught us like an elder. If the Havilands don't realize that every single one of those great uncles took me aside. They took Trevor aside as well, but they took me aside. They spoke to me far enough away. They would take me across fields. They would do all this stuff. I was given the gift of, knowing all this when they all decided to turn their backs on me. Because I fully believe, and yes, I'm going to say this, I think that the men and goats were my children's grandparents, most of them. I believe that it was, I think that Gus was one. Wikiwachi Gus, who really got like obsessive with JJ and Trevor and I, which was, I don't understand, but that was the day we pulled a popo out of a mud hole at the uppity cuppity fucking railway station. I'm out in those woods. Wildwood's kind of creepy, but if you don't remember me, I was homeless down there too. I was with John Havlin and I biked everywhere. So POW 15004935. Again, that's an MNI. That means I went to jail. That's not a criminal informant number. So if you guys can explain these time lengths when you actually went to jail, because I'm not a fucking rat. I was held. I was captive. Now, pretty much don't hurt anybody until I speak with you. Because you're hurting the people that can keep us all alive. And again, there is no new world to move to. The new world that all the religions spoke of was here. It was on our earth. It is my spirit. My spirit. That's why there's only one. All these clones, they all look like me from like 15 years ago and shit. Like, really? Because my face isn't like ever the same. But it is. Everybody knows who I am. But yeah, so I know more about a lot of things than you guys could even imagine. Again, like the hunters. Maybe you guys should be taking the bovine into fucking very, very serious fucking everything that you guys think you have the cure for. The more you guys poison me, the more you guys hurt me, the more you're not going to be able to be cured. Because it's mine and my grandmother's blood. I become immune to everything. I always wake up. And I am really starting to think that this not dying is a curse. And yes, it may sound crazy, but I can live up to 1,000 years if given the chance. And not have it be prevented and be hurt. And that's not meaning being cloned. That is not meaning anything or changing my body into anybody else's, because I don't have the ability to do that. You guys have the ability to make people feel like you are me and have them love you as if it was me. But it was over 11 hours. It's over 11 hours and my heart has been stopped completely. I wake up every time. And with my cancer, that's rare, my organs can live up to 10 times longer with these cells. These cancer cells can live 10 times longer than normal cells. Meaning if I could live up to 100 years times 10 would be 1,000 years. Now, if you guys keep trying to kill my cancer, that means you're killing me. That means you're killing the earth. And you have nowhere to go. Because if you haven't opened your heart to the Lord, maybe the Lord doesn't want you in his heart. Maybe you guys should have listened to me seriously about a box isn't a vagina. A box is our fucking place where we all needed to go underground. Because when the natives believed that this world was built, it's on top of our spaceship for the black hole. So maybe if you guys have shunned the Lord's daughter, maybe you won't be safe. When everything is meant to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. Again, because either, sorry, either the world, we will have 1,000 years of peace and love and no sickness, no death, or it will come crumbling down. But the mother can't fix it if the mother is not being herself, right? Because Tool has a lot of good things to say, right, Maynard? But again, Hubbard, it wasn't Hubbard, it was the other people who pretended to be Scientologists with pain ports. If you don't know what they believe in, then don't fucking pretend to be them. If you don't know what a religion believes, you can't go be a martyr and fucking think and do all this stuff. Because, like, Statham and Toner's brothers are, actually, they led a Crusaders for the Second Coming. Do you believe in God? If you don't remember, it was a bunch of hackers from Columbine. Flyleaf, she didn't actually write that song that way. You guys are misinterpreting everything, music, everything, and that's why music sucks, because you're not listening to My Life anymore, just a few people. Whiskey Myers, I love you so much. Because you guys actually hear me, and you heard me. Magnako. Maybe it's because one of my friends was a music, whatever, kid that came all the way from Los Angeles to meet me at an Animal Suit Drive-By concert at Ushuaia's, and at the Underground and Ushuaia's. That's why I was always on the list. If you don't listen to Bottom Feeder by ASD, Animal Suit Drive-By, aka The Killing Moon from Hamden, Maine, maybe you'll understand deception has always been my best friend. Yeah, there's more to this. I wish you guys would have listened to me more. I wish that you guys wouldn't have told me and made me delete all those videos. And remember, if you have been exposed to bovine, which is the tuberculosis on the animals, it does live on the grass. That's where it lives. It's on the stuff that they eat off of. It's on the trees. It's everywhere. And if you are even around somebody who has been exposed to the blood, meaning if I was with people and they cut open a deer, and that deer had it, then somebody that was around me would have it. But again, I think this parasitic type stuff, this stuff has been going around for a long time, like ringworm. You don't fucking just kill everybody off. Stuff like that. There's plenty of things. But if people are trying to kill off humanity, for what? Why? What did I ever do? What did my children ever do? Heaven is here. It's supposed to be here. And that's like, you're the closest to heaven that I've ever been. When everything's meant to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. Meaning I tried, and it's not my fault. I love you, baby girl.